Welcome. My name is Taylor Bell, and this is World Tech News and Talk. This is episode 1. Just wanted to start just a real brief synopsis of what I'm going to do with this. I just want to make maybe a 5-minute daily little videos of the what's going on in the tech world. Basically, just 5-minute videos. Try not to make it too long. This one may be a little bit over, just because I want to explain what I want to do with the series. I'm going to try to do it every day. I don't know if I will, but I will try. I'll probably, out of the 7 days, I may do it 4 or 5 times, but I'm going to try to do every day. Yes, I am in my car. You're not going to see too many times where I'm at a news desk or a real fancy, nice setup with super nice graphics. I just wanted to make a little quick hits, quick hits on the news, topics, things of discussion, things you should be aware of, and stuff like that. Try to release them at around 3 or 4 Central Standard Time, because I know when I got off work, there was a tech news channel that did something similar, and it was nice to just watch a little quick video on tech news of the day when I got off work. Now I work by myself, and I work for myself, our own business, and this is why I'm in the car. I make content wherever I can, wherever I get a free minute. I'm also a father, husband, so time is valuable. So please dismiss the in the car setup, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so with the new year coming in, we have new devices. I know the iPhone 14 series just came out at the end of last year, probably a few months ago. I think it was September. And I know the Pixels came out in October. But the other main manufacturers, Samsung is right around the corner. I believe theirs it's either announced or released. I think it's announced February 1st and released is February 14th, right around Valentine's Day. And you also have the OnePlus devices coming out. I know they have a smaller fan base, obviously, than Samsung or Apple. But I am a firm believer in OnePlus, or at least I have been in the past. I've used many of their devices. And then we also have a Chinese phone that I probably not many of you will get or let alone hear of, but I just wanted to there was some news today that's pretty cool. So anyways, with the Samsung Galaxy S23 series coming out, and they're supposed to be announcing new Galaxy books. I have a Galaxy Book 2 Pro 360, love it. So I think they're going to release a new model of those. But with the S23 coming out, new announcements or leaks have been made where the actual design is going to be fairly similar to the S22 series. However, with the S23 Ultra, it's going to be a little squared off. It's not going to be a complete square or rectangle when you look at it from the side or from the bottom, but it will be more squared than normal. If you look at the S22 Ultra, it's basically 2 flat sides, and then the corners are like this. Just pretty round on the sides, and it does have a rounded screen on each side. This year's model, they're going to tweak it. Now, from the naked eye, just looking at it, the average person's probably not going to be able to tell the difference. Tech enthusiasts like we are, and I actually used the device for the majority of last year, the S22 Ultra, absolutely loved it. But I do think these refinements will make a big difference in the way it feels, the aesthetics, just the overall design. It's going to have the teardrop cameras, the three main cameras, and then those 2 sensors that are smaller when you're looking at the back of the phone to the right. Those are going to be more flush with the back of the glass of the S23 Ultra, and it's going to have a much flatter screen. And it's not going to be 100% flat, but the curve is going to be less on each side, so where it'll virtually be a flat screen. Now, I don't think you can put a glass screen protector on there. I'm sure you could find some, but I prefer flat screen, just because I can put glass on there, although I haven't used much glass in the past because most phones aren't flat screen. Most are curved, but if this has just ever so slight curve on either side, that'll be fine. It's going to basically be the same internally as well. Now with the S23 and the S23 Plus, the camera design is going to follow the S23 Ultra or S22 Ultra with those little teardrops. They're just going to have three cameras. So that will be definitely interesting. The internals are basically going to be the same. It's going to have a new upgraded processor. Sorry about that. It'll have the new Snapdragon processor. Battery life should be amazing. The jump from the last gen to the current gen, battery life, huge improvement. So they've improved the cooling in it. So I'm expecting big battery life changes as far as how long you'll be able to use your device without charging it. Charging speed is going to remain the same. They are going to use DDR5 RAM, which should help with the smoothness feel of the device, of the operating system, and it should help with RAM management. I think they're doing 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage on the base model of the S23 Ultra. I believe the S23 and S23 Plus are going to stay with base model 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. So I'm very excited to see those. I'm excited to see what their sales numbers are going to be. So we'll have more news for that as time goes on. Now, real quick, with OnePlus, as we wrap this up, with OnePlus, the 11's coming out. Their release schedule is every 6 months, which is odd for, they've done that for the history of their devices. They release every 6 months. But I do know their sales numbers, they don't sell a lot of them. They just sell in T-Mobile and online. They used to be my favorite device to use. They're super fast. I mean, just buttery smooth, super fast. Cameras have been decent. This year, I've used the OnePlus 10 series, and it was alright. But with Google coming out with their Pixel 7 Pro, which I currently use, it's faster than any OnePlus device I've used. So I don't think they're going to sell a whole lot. I'm actually interested to see what Nothing does this year. Nothing Phone 1, which came out 4 or 5 months ago. It's the one with the all glass back that has the LED lights in the back of the phone. Interested to see what they have, because OnePlus started out kind of like the Nothing Phone company did, real small independent company, and then Oppo bought them out. Their device, I believe, comes out in just a couple of weeks. Now, one last quick hit on the OnePlus device. I don't like the design. It took me a long time to like the design of the OnePlus 10. It basically looks like the OnePlus 10, if you're not familiar with it. If you go in your kitchen and you go look at your stove, that's what the back of a OnePlus 10 looks like. It looks like a stovetop. It's got those 4 burners, and you can cook some eggs on the back of it. The OnePlus 11 is going to have similar cameras, except instead of the square stovetop camera setup, it's going to be rounded. And with their design, I just don't have much faith in them moving forward. I think they do need a new design. It's just not my style. You know, some people may like it. I just don't. Now, with the very last thing we'll get to, charging speeds. I know most iPhone users probably haven't experienced fast charging, and your fast charging is, I'm talking about iPhone users, is about slow in the Android world. OnePlus, that's one huge advantage OnePlus has always had for years. Their phones can charge in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes it's charged. I mean, I remember sometimes you plug it in, brush your teeth, wash your face, get ready for the morning, and literally it's charged in, I don't know, I mean, in no time. There's a new phone coming out, the RealMe Neo 5. I believe it's RealMe, it makes the device, but it's the RealMe Neo 5, GT5. They have a new device coming out. They've just put the advertising out, watched the commercial, did some research. Their device, get this, from 0 to 100 in 9 minutes. 0 to 100 in 9 minutes. Now, it's not often you have a phone that has 0%. Normally, when you plug it in, it's 23%, 9%, 4%. I think when I plug mine are probably in the teens. But then that means, an average person plugging it in, it'll be charged in literally 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, that's crazy. And it's a big phone. We're not talking about a small phone. It has dual cell, I believe it's 5,000 milliamp hour battery overall. But how they do it is they have 2 different cells. iPhone, they just have one battery. If you get a battery replacement, there's just one battery that goes in. OnePlus and Oppo. Oppo owns OnePlus. With their devices, with their batteries, what they do is they basically use 2 batteries together that are, I think it's in a series or parallel. I'm not sure how they have them wired up, but it's basically 225 milliamp hour batteries together to equal 5,000. But it allows them to charge much faster. To charge 2 smaller batteries to 100% than 1 big battery to 100%. But their older phones could charge in, I think the last series, it was 19 minutes. And the series before that, 2 years ago, was 30 minutes. But now in 9 minutes is absolutely crazy. And they're actually brand new. They're only, I think they're about $350, $399, brand new. So I think I'm going to try to get one of those when they get released here in a month and just play around with it. And I don't know, test it out. So anyways, this is the first episode of the World Tech News and Talk. I'm Taylor Baum, and I will catch up on the news with you tomorrow. Thank you.